Today's session we're going to be looking at customer service. Customer service is about meeting the needs and the expectations of your customers. You know what the customer wants, you know what the customer expects, but what we need to look at is how are you going to deliver and meet those expectations. When you deal with customers regularly, you want them to feel that they are special, that they are important. It doesn't actually matter whether you deal with a customer regularly or whether you deal with that customer only once. They must have a good experience of your customer service. If they have that good experience, they are more likely to come back. If they have a bad experience, they are obviously more likely to go elsewhere. Always remember the 3 A's. Attitude, appearance and approach. Your attitude must be positive. If you're having a bad day, or you've fallen out with your manager, or things aren't going too great, you can't let the customer see that. Your attitude must be a positive one, and that will rub off on the customer. In the same way, your appearance. Nobody wants to be served or assisted by somebody who's scruffy, who's unkempt, who looks like they've just got out of bed in the morning. Make an effort, and the customer will see you have made an effort, and they'll respond to that. Your approach. Be confident. Even if you're not sure, you can inform the customer that they can ask somebody else, you can give them the help that way. Be confident in your answers and be assertive. And again, the customer will respond to that in a positive way. If you come across as if you don't know what you're doing, the customer will think the whole company doesn't know what it's doing. So who gives customer service? What type of job gives customer service? It will be easy to pull out some examples such as retail, working in a restaurant, working in a hotel, but the fact of the matter is that pretty much every single job involves customer service. Even if you're not dealing with members of the public, you're going to be dealing with your colleagues, people from other companies who may contact the company you're working for. They will expect you to give good service to them. When delivering your customer service, you need to display a variety of different behaviours, and you need to respond to what the customer wants. You need to be sensitive to their needs. Customers often ask for things that you might think are a bit bizarre. You can't let them see that you think that. You help them. You must be enthusiastic. You have probably been in the position where you've gone into a shop and you have not received the customer service you expected. Maybe the person serving you looked bored, or perhaps they were texting on their phone. You can't do that. You need to show enthusiasm. Be enthusiastic with the customer, and they will think you obviously like the product, so it must be worth investing their money in. You need to be reliable. If you've promised something to the customer, you need to deliver. If you've said something is going to happen by tomorrow or the end of the week, it needs to happen by tomorrow or the end of the week, because the customer is putting their trust in you. You need to be confident, and you need to be empathetic. By empathetic, I mean you need to understand what the customer wants. You have to be able to put yourself in the customer's shoes, see what they're thinking. How would they like you to behave? How would they like you to respond? Versatility is also vital. Every customer is different, and you need to respond to their individual needs. Don't treat every customer as if they're the same. Everybody requires individual attention. Remember, customer service is in many ways about communication, but communication isn't just how we talk. That's very important. The tone of your voice will be something the customer notices first. Make sure that you have a positive, enthusiastic tone when dealing with the customer. But there are many other ways of communicating that are very important when dealing with customers. For example, the way you respond. Are you clearly listening to them? Are you making eye contact? Are you nodding? Are you asking them questions to show that you are clarifying what they're saying? This is what good customer service is, not looking off into the middle distance or clearly thinking about something completely different to what the customer wants. Your body language is also important. Not all bunched up, arms folded, legs crossed. That immediately makes you look defensive to the customer. A good, open, friendly body language shows the customer that you are interested and you're listening to what they've got to say. When communicating with customers, you'll also find that you have to communicate through writing letters, memos and notes to customers. This is very, very important and must be accurate and exact. Your customer doesn't want to read something full of spelling mistakes, grammatical errors. If you're not sure, get someone to check it first before you send anything out. Now, many of you watching this will be wanting to work in a call centre. Now, when you work in a call centre, you will have a specific greeting that your managers will have told you must use, and it's vital that you use this. You must also make sure you pick up the phone in the number of rings that you've been told. Generally, this is 5 rings and the phone must be answered. Your customer doesn't want to be kept waiting on the other end of the line. There are some basic things that you need to remember when you're answering the phone in the call centre. For a start, the tone of your voice is very important. If you're smiling when you answer, the customer can hear that in your tone. Remember to do this. Remember to say good morning or good afternoon. Remember to find out who's actually calling you. And what's very important when you're talking to somebody on the phone is that they know that you're listening. If you're silent at the other end, they might think you've disappeared off to make a cup of tea while they're telling you something very important. Make sure you repeat it, or you regularly say yes, give vocal encouragement so that they know that you are listening clearly to them. Now, call centres vary. There are many different sorts. Some deal with incoming calls only, some more sales based, and you may be ringing people up. You will find that every call is different. You may deal with people who are upset. They may have bought a product from one of your stores and it hasn't worked. Maybe it was given as a present and it hasn't worked and they've rung you to complain. They may be upset, they may be angry. And it's your job to listen carefully and to help them. If somebody is a bit angry, there's no use rising to it and 2 people being angry and then a situation isn't resolved. At times, you may find that customers are abusive and you have to prepare yourself for this. Again, keeping calm, keeping that smile and keeping enthusiastic. So why is good customer service so important? Basically, because you are the face of the company. You may be dealing with one person, but that one person will go away and talk to another person, and they'll talk to bigger groups of people about the service they've received. Companies spend thousands, sometimes millions of pounds promoting themselves through advertisements, through the media, so we get a good perception of them. But if somebody walks into a store or rings a call centre and the experience they get is negative, all those thousands of pounds have been wasted because the customer service actually received and delivered by you hasn't been good enough. You are worth thousands to your company with good customer service. And the benefits are there also for you because people will remember you. They will ask for you. They will give you good feedback. They'll give your managers good feedback. A happy customer is far more likely to return to your company. A happy customer will go away and tell their friends, who will then come to your company and they'll tell their friends, and the whole process snowballs. The one thing any company doesn't want is complaints. Good customer service, the complaints will go down. However, should there be negative customer service, the opposite will happen. Complaints will increase. People are more likely to return products. Customers will go down. Sales figures will go down. And that will mean that jobs, possibly yours, will be on the line. So it's in your interest to have excellent customer service, to keep the customers happy and see the business coming back in and back in. So we've thought about customer service. We know what customer service is. We know there are many different sorts. We know that it's very important to have good body language, both verbal and physical and written. And we know that when working in a call centre, staying positive and being polite and staying calm at all times are very important. You've also learned that good customer service will keep your company's finances rolling in. Bad customer service will see those finances diminish. Should you require more support, your tutors are always available to help you in centre, and you can also always contact your tutors online. Please feel free also to email us at info@potential4skills.co.uk or to look at our website at www.potential4skills.co.uk. Thank you for listening and enjoy the rest of your course.